Let me say something that might challenge you. Just because you survived something doesn't mean that version of you deserves to lead your life now. Because this is where a lot of people stay stuck. Not in the situation itself, but in the identity they built around surviving it. You say you've moved on. You say you've grown, but you still reference that version of you. You still think from that version of you. You still make decisions from that version of you. And without realizing it, you're still living from the energy of it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Cherry. I'm a spiritual life coach, numerologist, and energy alchemist. And this month we're working with Energy 8, the Pranic Body, the part of you responsible for your life force, your vitality, your energy circulation, and your sustainable power. So when we talk about holding on to old versions of yourself, we're not just talking about mindset. We're talking about where your energy is still invested, because your system cannot fully generate new life force if part of it is still tied to who you used to be. Before we go deeper, if this is already ringing true for you, I would love for you to hit subscribe and tap the notification bell. It's free and it would really help me a lot to grow this channel and reach more people, because this isn't about surface level healing. This is about understanding your energy so you can actually change how you live. So let's clear something up first. Romanticising the past isn't always obvious. It's not always, I wish I could go back. It was better then. Most of the time, it's much quieter than that. It sounds like it made me who I am. I learned so much from it. There were good parts too. I wouldn't change it. And on the surface, that sounds healthy, right? It sounds like growth. But here's the part most people don't look at. Are you actually at peace with it? Or are you still emotionally tied to it? And just using growth language to make it easier to hold on to, and just using growth language to make it easier to hold on to. Because if you're really honest, you'll notice it in the way you compare new situations to old ones. Lower your standards because you've handled worse. Tolerate things you've already outgrown. Stay longer than you need to because it feels familiar. I'm going to say this with you, not at you. That's not growth. That's normalizing what hurt you. From an Energy Body 8 perspective, every time you revisit that version of yourself, every time you replay it, justify it, or soften it, you're still feeding it life force. You're keeping it active in your system, not as a memory, but as an energetic reference point. And this is why it matters, because your body doesn't know the difference between something that's happening now and something you keep reactivating internally. So if you're still emotionally and mentally revisiting that version of you, your system is still responding as if it's present. And that's where this goes deeper, because this isn't just about what you think. It's about why you keep holding on to it in the first place. So let's go deeper, because you're not holding on to that version of yourself by accident. And you're definitely not holding on to it because it was that good. You're holding on to it because it gives you something. That version of you gives you a sense of identity, a reason for your patterns, an explanation for your limits, a way to understand yourself. It answers the question, why am I like this? And more than that, it gives you safety. Because if you stay connected to that version of you, you don't have to fully step into something new. And I'm going to say this gently, letting go of that version of you doesn't just mean releasing the pain. It means losing the identity that came with it. And that's what the part of your system is resisting, because that version of you was the one who held everything together, the one who tolerated more than they should, the one who overgave, the one who stayed when it wasn't right. And somewhere along the way, you started seeing that as strength. But from an Energy 8 perspective, that wasn't power. That was survival energy. And here's the real shift. As long as you identify with that version of you, parts of your life force stays invested there. You're not just remembering it, you're maintaining it. And there's one more layer to this, control. Because if you stay connected to that version of you, you can predict your behavior. You can explain your reactions. You can stay in what's familiar. But if you let it go, you step into the unknown. And what you're really avoiding is this, becoming someone who no longer operates from that story. And that's not something you think your way through. That's something your body has to experience. Because it's one thing to understand you don't need that version of you anymore. It's another thing to actually release it. So now you can see it. You can recognize where you've been holding on to that version of yourself and why. But here's the truth. You don't release identity through logic. You release it through the body, because you can understand all of this and still default back to the same version of you. Not because you want to stay stuck, but because your body hasn't caught up yet, which is why this this year is the perfect year to do this work. We're in a universal year 1, new beginnings, first year of a 9-year cycle. So this is the perfect year to be doing this work. So let's bring this into your system now, not as an idea, as an experience. Sit comfortably, let your shoulders soften, let your breath slow down slightly. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. And repeat that cycle again. Inhale, hold, and exhale longer than you inhale. Keep that cycle going. Now, I want you to bring to mind that version of you, the one who stayed longer than they should have, the one who overgave, the one who tolerated more than was right. Don't analyze it. Just notice what it feels like in your body. Is there tightness, heaviness, a pull in your chest, a sense of familiarity, that sensation? That's where your energy is still attached. And instead of pushing it away or trying to fix it, I want you to do something different. As you breathe, I want you to say internally, I honor who I had to be, but I don't need to be that version of me anymore. Let that land in your body, because this isn't about rejecting your past. It's not about pretending it didn't matter. It's about stopping it from leading your present. Stay with your breath for a few more rounds and notice, even if it's subtle, the space that starts to open. That space, that's energy returning, because the moment you stop identifying with that version of you, you stop feeding it life force, and what you don't feed starts to release. This is not losing part of yourself. This is reclaiming your energy from the past. And when you do that consistently, you don't just feel different. You start making completely different decisions. So now that you've felt it, not just understood it, but actually felt what it's like to loosen your attachment to that version of yourself, this is where it becomes real. Because it's not about doing that once. It's about how you move after this. So this is what I want you to notice over the next few days. Where are you still referencing that version of you, thinking from that version of you, justifying your behavior through that version of you? Because that's how it shows up, not loudly, but subtly in the way you make decisions. And instead of trying to change everything all at once, just introduce this one question. Is this coming from who I am now or who I had to be back then? That's it. Because that question interrupts the pattern. It creates space and it stops you from unconsciously repeating something you've already outgrown. The version of you actually holds power. It isn't defined by what they survived. They're defined by what they choose now. They didn't lower their standards because they've handled worse. They stay longer because it's familiar. Overgive because it's who they used to be. They choose differently because they are different. You are different. And if you keep doing this, you'll start to notice something shift. You won't feel pulled back in the same way. You won't feel as tied to the past. You won't feel like that version of you is still running the show, because it won't be. From an Energy Body 8 perspective, every time you stop identifying with that old version of you, you reclaim energy. Energy that was tied to survival becomes available for clarity, boundaries, new decisions, and real power. If today's teachings resonated with you, imagine what would happen if you truly understood the unique energetic blueprint you were born with. Your numbers reveal far more than your personality. They uncover your natural strengths, your challenges, your soul's lessons, and the energetic patterns you've been repeating without even realizing it. If you're new to numerology, I've created a free numerology quick guide to help you discover what your numbers are really trying to tell you. You'll find the link in the description box below. And if you're ready to go much deeper and already have the freebie, you can order your own personalized numerology report, where I decode your unique blueprint and show you exactly how to work with your energy instead of against it. Again, the link is in the description box below. Before we go, I'd love to hear from you. What was the one insight or breakthrough from today's video that resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments, because I read every single one. And your experiences often inspire future videos for this community. Because when you understand your numbers, you stop questioning and start living in alignment with who you were always meant to be. Remember, your energy isn't random. Your life isn't random. Your numbers aren't random. They're the blueprint your soul chose before you were born. So again, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.